What's going on, guys? It's Steve. So finally, Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan played good. Now, Kyle Lowry played like garbage in that first half. DeMar DeRozan played really well in the first half. Kyle Lowry played pretty good in the second half, and DeMar DeRozan slowed down a bit in the second half. But overall, their team came out on top, and the series is now tied 2-2. This is what I want to see. This is entertaining. I don't want to see Kyle Lowry go 1 for 10. I don't want to see DeMar DeRozan go 0 for 8. I don't want to see Giannis struggle, even though he kind of did. I don't want to see any of that. That was, by the way, that game, while it was kind of fun to watch, that was the most boring, fun game to watch I have ever seen in the playoffs. I mean, it was so low scoring. It was so slow paced. There's probably like one or two highlight reel plays when Giannis dunked on DeRozan, and then when DeRozan dunked on the Bucks. You know, when he just went from the top of the key, came all the way down, and just dunked on. Well, it was kind of empty paint, but still, you know, those are the only really two highlight plays. Then the one play I did like, and the confidence that I saw from Kyle Lowry, was when, who was it? Some of the bench players from the Bucks were talking trash while Lowry set up for an open three in the corner right in front of them. He nailed it, and then he looked at them like Stephen Curry. That was I started dying when I saw that. So that was really funny. Overall, who do I think is going to win the series? I don't freaking know, man. I can't make an honest judgment on this series, and the reason why is because if I say one thing, you know, something else is going to happen. It's just too unpredictable because DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry are too unpredictable. They show up for 2 out of the 4 games so far this season. I don't trust them enough to make a solid prediction. I'm leaning towards Toronto just because of their experience, especially with Serge Ibaka coming. You know, their experience in Milwaukee not really having enough scorers on that team. But then again, Milwaukee has the matchups, you know, that can really dominate them. The only way Milwaukee, I'll say this, the only way Milwaukee will win this series is if Kyle Lowry continues to struggle and Giannis just completely dominates the game on every single aspect. Like, it doesn't even have to be a triple-double, but just score a lot, rebound a lot, get a lot of assists, control the tempo, do a lot of LeBron-type stuff that, you know he's capable of doing, that we've seen him do so many friggin' times on occasion after occasion, you know. So, again, I don't know who's going to win this series. All I'm going to sit here and say is that was the most boring, fun game to watch. Boring in the sense that it was low scoring, slow paced. Greg Monroe missing free throws, even though he shot 17 of 17 for the first 3 games. It's just a weird game, and I just can't wait for Atlanta versus Washington. I want to see John Wall. This is going to be very exciting. I want to see if Atlanta can respond in Atlanta for Game 3. I'm predicting Washington wins that series in 6 games. Hopefully I'm right, because I want to see John Wall, you know, get some playoff experience, because he's been on a garbage team the majority of his career. So I cannot wait to see John Wall go deep in the playoffs. But there you go, Raptor fans. You guys won Game 4. The series is tied. I do not know who is going to... Let me know, who do you guys think is going to win this series? I mean, honestly, who... There's literally no... And if you're a Raptor fan or a Milwaukee Buck fan, please don't reply, because it's obviously going to be biased. That's like me saying, oh, the Knicks are going to beat the Cavs. Like, you know, let's be real for a second, okay? But if you're not a fan of either of these teams, let me know who you think is going to win, because it's so hard to predict, honestly, who's going to win this, you know. So, anyway, I'm out. Weird game, boring, slow, and, yeah, you know, that's just how it goes, man. But that's the playoffs sometimes, man. Jason Kidd's a really good head coach, by the way. He knows. I like how he calls timeout as soon as he sees the tempo or the momentum switch to Toronto's side. Most coaches don't know when to call timeouts at the right time. Anyway, I'm out. Peace.